Alright guys, welcome back to another video to the Ghost Flash channel. Today's video we're going to be doing something very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm so bored here at the house, I decided I'm going to pull my rear subframe today in this video. Psych. Definitely not the reason why I'm about to pull this freaking subframe right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and insert a couple clips right now.
Only got to
bruh. We started putting gas in, bruh.
Instantly.
Bruh, it's the tank.
You want me to pour?
It's literally coming from like this right here. No, cause it's just Don't waste more gas, bruh. The tank is bruh. Yeah. Wait, on camera it looks like it's dented. The first leak got fixed, and then I started it, and then it started leaking from somewhere else. So it looks like this is coming out of the car. Like, this is actually insane, brother. It's even worse than the first time. Oh my gosh, it's coming from the other side now.
And now that you guys have seen said clips, you guys see that there's an issue with fuel leaking from my gas tank. So we're going to remove my subframe and we are going to go ahead and try and find out where this leak is coming from, see if we can fix it, repair it, patch it, whatnot. And if we can't, then I guess we'll be replacing a gas tank as well. But since I'm going to be pulling the rear subframe, I guess it'll give me a good chance to also clean everything underneath the chassis, re-undercoat underneath the chassis, repaint some things, as well as clean all the stuff that comes off, like all the oil from one of my axle blue and all this other stuff. I can power wash it when it's all nice and off, or when it's all off, as well as clean the under chassis of my vehicle so we can do a budget OMG Miata style, I wouldn't say rebuild, but kind of like a factory refresh. So as you guys see, we have the car already on the lift, ready to go, and I was already diagnosing, trying to figure out if maybe the leak was coming from up top, and that was definitely not the case. So that's why we are pulling the subframe in this video, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why all that is already off. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to unbolting the subframe. I'm gonna pull off the rear wheels right now. I gotta unbolt or remove the calipers and or remove the brake lines, and I'll show you guys that when I do that. You guys gotta remove the e-brake cable from both sides as well. I'm gonna unbolt this big long bracket that goes the length of the vehicle underneath that you guys all know if you guys have a Miata. I'm gonna bolt it from the front. There should be 3 bolts in the front, I believe 19s. And then for the brake lines, or not the brake, yeah, the e-brake lines, there should be 14mm bolts or nuts. And then as well for the subframe, there should be 6 bolts. There should also be 19. There'll be 3 on this side and then 3 on this side. And then you have the strut tower bolts on top. I gotta double check with those. I think those are 14s. And once you guys have all those removed, the subframe should be able to drop down. I'm gonna basically remove the top hat bolts right now, right here, on this side, on the other side. Normally you'd want to, like I said, that clean or what? Also, we're starting at 327. I just want to note that. 328. So let's go ahead and see how long this takes us. Alright, so I'm gonna do you guys the favor and help you guys out because I searched everywhere on YouTube and nobody had a clear video of this stupid piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and be the first to put it out there. So if you guys have a manual, I'm assuming it's for a manual. So if you're like me, you're trying to remove your rear subframe and not trying to remove this from the diff and drop the diff because your bolts are what would you call it, cross-threaded, and you try to remove it from the front. So 17mm, then there's going to be a 10 So like I was saying before my camera died, so if you're like me and you can't remove it from the back due to that bolt right there being cross-threaded, I'm removing mine from the front. You're gonna have to remove this 17mm bolt, this 17mm bolt, this 17mm bolt. You have to unclip the entire wiring harness from this piece, whatever the heck this thing is, some sort of brace. And then you're gonna have this some sort of like sensor in the transmission that's gonna come out right here. It's gonna go through this brace, through that hole right there. So obviously you're not gonna want to drop that and snap that. So you have to get a 10mm, unscrew the 10mm that's right here on the top, and then it's not gonna come out very easily. So you have to get a fly head on this side, get a hammer, and just slightly just tap it, and then it'll pop the seal out, and then you'll be able to just slide it right out, fish it through that hole, and then drop that. And then I'm gonna show you guys in the back what you gotta do back there. So when you come into the back of the car, you're gonna have to remove only on the left side. You're gonna have to remove the e-brake line on the left side. It's a 14mm on both sides. You use the 14, hold one side, twist it loose on the other side, slide it out. It's gonna have to, like, this little pin thing, you have to like fish it out. On the passenger side, you're going to do the exact same thing on the passenger side. But on this side, you're going to want to remove the brake line. So the brake line, it's actually kind of cool in the Miata. It feeds into this little thing right here, this little box, and tees off to the right side and then to the left side, or to the left and then to the right. So you only have to disconnect this main line that feeds the entire unit, which is a 10mm. You just unscrew that, slide it backwards, and then pull it out. Disconnect it there, and then all the lines, it's a hard line all the way across and then all the way to here. So you don't have to remove any of the calipers, any of the lines, or anything like that. Once you have all that removed, you're gonna also want to remove your exhaust to get the exhaust out of the way. Then after that, you'll have 3 19mm bolts, 1, 2, and 3 for the subframe on both sides, as well as the 12mm on top for the struts. And once you get those out, the subframe should actually be free and clear to now pull out. And it's only been about an hour, so we're making good time. Alright, so if you guys enjoyed today's video on pulling the Miata rear subframe, it did take just over an hour. I believe it was about an hour and maybe 5 minutes or so, but pretty much under an hour, which is actually pretty insane. Now, I will say the probably only reason I was able to do this so fast was having the lift, because this definitely would have been a two-person job trying to remove the subframe on jack stands in your driveway or into your garage if you were lucky. But if you guys have access to a 2-post lift, a 4-post lift, or not a 4-post lift, or even a quick jack lift in specific, you should be able to do this job in under an hour, as long as none of your bolts were also seized and or stuck, rusted, any of that. Luckily, all mine came out so easy, which is actually pretty insane with this being a 93. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments down below if this helped you guys. I would hope it helped you guys, because there was a little bit I was struggling on, at least with pulling the rear subframe with this giant beam. There was no direct instructions or anything that I could find out on YouTube with how to remove that that with the rear subframe. So hopefully this video helped you guys, because if you guys have pulled your diff many times like me, I'm sure you guys have ran into the same scenario where the rear portion of that is pretty jacked up. So other than that, in the next video guys I'll have a video of how to repair basically the gas tank, because my gas tank is leaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that pulled and repair that. I'm gonna do that in the next video, and then the video after that will be reinstalling the subframe. So like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to keep up to date with the Miata, I guess, quarter build that we're doing on the rear end, because there's going to be a lot more stuff that we do to the subframe while it is out. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and catch you guys in the next Ghost Flash video.